brother I love to hear that's from the same way is Sean Ingram. And I could just say so much. He really just means a lot to me hearing and seeing him. And it comes down in our life about the willingness to stand out. I mean, just the strength in ourselves to get to that point and stand out. And for me, I was just like the sister here was saying, I was, let me say, respectfully your poetic name. Poetic name.
Oh, Broken Prodigy.
Yes. Sister Broken Prodigy was saying, with me, I love to freestyle, I love to rap, but I didn't want to come with it on a rap tip. I wanted to come from my heart with all the pieces on spoken word from my heart. So bear with me. And this was in particular for everyone, but it's especially in particular for Malik. And this is what I call stand out. May of 1999, slumped in my seat, graduation day. Hearing people whisper next to me, I'm ready to go to Golden Corral, this is boring, it's taking so long. But in me, I had regrets because for so long, all my high school years, I felt I just wasted away. In middle school, in high school, playing football and playing sports and doing whatever I could to never stand out. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, I was afraid to create my own path, so I was trying to follow other brothers' routes. So at 3 o'clock, I didn't stay after school much. I caught the bus and I went home and played ball every day, went to the gym, walked the streets, hit the corner stores, try to post up, try to look a certain way. Because for me, it was all about fitting in, not standing out. And for a long time, I was just never comfortable. And me, within my own spirit, I always just had doubts. I knew I had it in me, but I was too scared to step it out. So I tried to fit in, proving myself to unprovable people. Graduating high school, and unfortunately for most of those dudes that were cool, pretty boys, nice on the varsity team, after graduation, there was no sequel because there was no advancing to a 4-year college to attain more knowledge. It was pretty much walking the same corners, posting on the same blocks. The white tee, the gold chains, image, all about how you look. I didn't even go to the library much as a young boy because all black dudes said that you're a white boy if you study and reading books. So I didn't stand out. I didn't create my own route. And then on that graduation day, it hit me, and I talk about it in my book, it hit me that day because I was thinking to myself, it's not that this is boring, it's not that it's so long, it's not that this whole great event is just, you know, as I say, boring. The problem was the people that always were comfortable sat down, and the only time you would get up would be one time like everybody else just to shake the principal's hands and then maybe hear your parents clap. But the ones that we're busy shoving away and the blacks that we're busy saying were white, that were taking the high level classes, doing after school, standing out, not caring about the white boy, the white girl jokes, these were the ones that got their shine that day. These were the ones that already had vision and they knew the way where they was headed. UNC Chapel Hill, full scholarship. UNC Greensboro, another full scholarship, or in the teacher programs, they got up more than once. Pretty much was several times, so for them it was joy. But for us, I looked at all the guys trying to fit in with, and I was like, we played so much, we pretty much should have had toys because we're just boys. Just playing, not taking life serious, and then getting mad when other people don't take us serious. So for me, when I was slumped that day and I felt more depressed, And I told myself, I said, never again. I said, for me, as I tell young Malik, I'm going to stand out and I'm going to win. So I went to Shaw University in Raleigh. That's why I had to go my freshman year. I always wanted to go to NC State, but I didn't get in originally. I got a rejection letter. So I went to Shaw Focus. I took junior and senior level courses. I was in the hip hop organization. I was in Children of God. I was tutoring. That's why I was like, I'm going to stand out. Even in classes, it was always common to see black males just pretty much sit in class and never raise their hand. I'd be like, that's a simple question. So I just raised my hand and answered, and it was like, I was supposed to be cool for that. And I was like, that's what we all should do. We just use our head and answer. And anyway, long story short, after that freshman year, I submitted my application to state, and I got in. And I always say I didn't get in the front door, but I created my own side door. So I got in, I went to state, and I graduated with 2 degrees, law, and African American history. I was editor-in-chief for the newspaper. And I wasn't even a journalism or English major, and I was just thankful to God. I was running the whole newspaper. Fraternity sororities let me in step shows free, like, Jonathan, take pictures, can you have a photographer here? And I wasn't even an English major. So I really learned that. And even in school, I got the privilege of being able to go to Africa twice. I studied abroad in Africa twice, University of Ghana. And that was a story in itself, where when I go back home to Wilson, my cousins I grew up with, that you always claim, and that's one thing I want Malik to understand and know, the ones that you're going to have you think are friends, when you're really trying to move, you watch how a lot of people pretty much stand back. So it ain't no use to look back. You just got to move forward. And like I heard Steve Perry say, we must live an inspired life, and that right there will inspire others. So I go home and and it hurt me because when I went to school, when I was in classes and seeing how it wasn't a lot of us, I always felt like I had my small town of Wilson on my back, because I felt I had my mother, my grandmother, I had my cousins, I had everybody on my back, and I felt that everything I did, I had to represent everybody who did for me. My father, who worked 12-hour days and pretty much, now sick a lot, and just sacrificed my mother, and I felt I had to represent that. And then when I got back home, it was like, oh, you're a white boy, you think you're too educated. And I was like, well, I mean, sure, I'd rather be that than 30 like they both are now, staying home with mom. As well as one of them now honestly having 5 kids by different women and still staying with mom. So I'm like, for me, I thank God for that, on having vision. So that's just what I want to say, especially to young brothers like Malik, because it's not easy. I learned that even going to college, where even sitting at NC State, it was just common to see the black males never raise their hands and pretty much just sit in there and fit in. And I was like, we have to stand out. So that pretty much is what I just want to share on the stand out piece real quick. Amen.